Hi everyone, I'm Cendril and welcome to my new LP project, Kirby Super Star Ultra. This being the first video, I'm going to go over do my typical explanation of the project, what I hope to accomplish, and since it's my first Kirby game, I'm also going to throw in a little bit of my history with Kirby. So first, here's the practice file. We're going to start with this file, just random knowledge about this game. This is you could say, remake or redo of the first Kirby Super Star, which was on the SNES, Super Nintendo, which had, you could say, 11, I think it was 11 games in one, or 9 games in one, or something like that. It had a whole bunch of different games. Some of them were just mini games, but all of them were a lot of fun. This game has even more than Kirby Superstar. So I'm going to select this file, Kirby 1. Also, just a lot of random trivia. You see the Kirby faces on the save files. Those change every time you load up your game, or like where you get like a cutscene, or it replays the beginning. If you just let the controller stay for a little while, these faces will change when you come back to this screen. So, just random. We're going to take this face of Kirby and Kirby 1, and this will be our file. You can play with 2 players if you have wireless, and both of you have the game. Kirby is always more fun to play with friends, but I'm emulating this because I can't afford a fancy DS capture card, nor would I throw the $500 last time I checked on a capture card. It may have gone down by then, but I don't have that. I can't do that. So I'm emulating this. Yes, I do own the game. That's a point. I own the games that I play, or I play them on their Flash games, or I own the actual cartridge. So we're going to choose one-player adventure where we just have CPU players. And I'm going to go over what I plan to do with this project. I plan to show off everything. I plan on getting 100%. No promises, but I'm really going to try. So I'm going to play every game and do everything. That's the plan, anyway. There's only a few games unlocked to start with. We have Spring Breeze, which is the very basic, easiest game. And we have 3 sub-games over here. As you can see, they're all touch-controlled. Kirby Card Swipe, Kirby on the Draw, and Snack Tracks. I'm going to show them off as the last thing for the project. I've already planned that out. And you'll get to see what I'm doing, because the mouse will act as the stylus. So I just wanted to show off that's how I will do these. Other than that, I won't be using it. We have some very basic options. It's just the basic outer screen, sound, surround, stereo, and mono. The beginner show, which I will be showing off because there may be a few people out there that haven't played Kirby, so you may want to know what's up. You never know. And also, you can erase your file here, but since the file is at 0%, we have no need of that. We can also watch the movies. Win with Kirby to watch a movie. Yay! These are the movies at the ends of the games. So at the ending cutscene, you could say, for each game. You can rewatch them here, which is really cool. Okay, with that all said, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my history with Kirby, because I feel it's important, this being the first Kirby game I've done. Kirby is a character that means a lot to me. I grew up with Kirby, you could say. I can't remember if his first game was Kirby Adventure. Oh, over here in the US. If it was Kirby Adventure or Kirby's Dream Land. I believe it was Kirby's Adventure on the NES, but I don't quite remember. Either way, I played it, whether it was Kirby's Dream Land or Kirby's adventure for the NES. And Kirby's Dream Land was for the Game Boy. The original Game Boy. Not Game Boy Color. Game Boy, the big, blocky Game Boy, for those of you that are old enough to remember it. But I've grown up with Kirby. Other than the newest Kirby game, I've played it. Kirby's always that character I go to when I need to smile or just kind of go back to that childish, youth. Kirby brings that out in me. He's just a really lovable character, but he's super determined, won't give up, but a really helpful character. I can't say how much Kirby means to me. I say he brings me smiles, and he's just a great character. It's Kirby. I don't like alienating people, but if you don't like Kirby, something is wrong with you. To me, that's how much I like Kirby. I'm willing to say that. I am fully willing to say that. Kirby is just a really cute, lovable, but super determined and strong character. And his games may seem simple and some would say, too easy. I don't care. I really don't. Kirby is just a great character, and yeah, he is easily one of my favorite characters of all time. I would Kirby's easily top 10, probably top 5. Kirby, it means that much to me. He's a neat character. So, as a Kirby and me go way back to the beginning, you could say, and he's always been there to kind of put a smile on my face when I was down. I would play a Kirby game. And that's what I want to do with this LP. We're gonna have a lot of fun, go through the games, and just smile. If you're watching this LP, you watch these episodes, smile while you're watching the episodes. Smile, have a great time. That's what Kirby is all about. So, with that, let's go ahead, dive in, get started. This episode will be, like I said, the explanation that I just did, my history with Kirby, which I just did, and we're going to be doing the beginner show, so you can see how Kirby works, just at a very, very basic level for this game. And we're going to go through all of Spring Breeze. As it says, this game is easy, fun, simple enough for new players to enjoy. This is the easiest one. You can see the difficulty in the top left of what would be the top screen, which is on the left. Spring Breeze, difficulty 1. All of the food in Peaceful Dreamland has been stolen. This must be the work of King Dedede. Fun fact, Spring Breeze is actually a remake of Kirby's Dream Land, but Kirby's Dream Land was really simple, and I'll go over some of the differences when we get into the game. But it's basically Kirby's Dream Land remade. So let's do Spring Breeze. There's trouble in Dreamland. King Dedede and his soldiers have stolen all the food in Dreamland. Here comes our hero, riding in on the Spring Breeze. Some call him Kirby. Let the adventure begin. Yeah, wave hi to Kirby. When he waved hi. First time playing Kirby Super Star Ultra? No, but for the purposes of showing everything, welcome to the Beginner Show. We'd like to quickly explain the rules of Kirby Super Star Ultra here. This is the main character you control, Kirby. He's a pretty jolly guy, despite the face. So, you should know that Kirby can fly in the air and inhale his enemies. Press the A button to jump, and if you keep pressing it, if he's in the air, like that, Kirby will hover gently. That's how he flies. When you press the B button, Kirby will inhale his enemies, like so. Once you've inhaled the foe, press the B button again and you spit the foe back out. Or, if you press the X button or down on the control pad, you swallow the foe. Nothing happens when you swallow a normal foe, but if you swallow a foe who has a special ability, Kirby will copy its special ability. This is Kirby's special move. It's called his copy ability. You can use the copy ability by pressing the B button. You'll see many abilities to copy in this game. Try to find them all. Now for the main event. When Kirby has the copy ability, you can press the X button to call a helper. This helper acts as a good buddy to Kirby. A helper usually moves on its own. It will fight on its own as well. Using local wireless, you can have a pal play as a helper in a co-op game. That would be player 2. Because exploring with a friend is always more fun. Oh, and if you want to get rid of the helper you called, press the X button to use the normal beam to turn it into an item. Like that when Kirby doesn't have an ability. Lastly, here are a few special moves you may not know about. First is to dash. Press the control pad twice quickly and Kirby will dash in that direction. Pretty standard now. Next is the slide. Press the A button or the Y button down on the control pad to slide. You can also protect yourself by guarding. Press the L or R button. When foes attack you, they'll cause less damage. This will be really handy later on. Lastly, to enter a door, stand in front of it and then press up on the control pad. You'll go right in. Use these to move between stages. That's all. That's a lot to process, but just try it out. You'll master everything. So, let's start Kirby Super Star Ultra. But first, let's talk about Spring Breeze. You need to teach that King Dedede a lesson. Stage 1, Green Greens. For a DS screen, the left would be the top screen, the right screen would be the bottom screen. I do it this way, that way you can always see both screens, and you can see more of it. If I had it vertical, you can see both screens, but then the screens are kind of small. I did this for my Advance Wars Dual Strike LP. I had the screens like this. It seemed to work out really well. People could see both screens and see them very well. So, on the right screen, you can see Kirby. The red bar is his health gauge. Once it runs out, we lose a life. And we have 3 lives. That's the little pink icon. Right next to it is the score. And then the game we're playing and what stage we're on. When you pause the game, you can continue or quit. You can leave the game. Data will not be saved. You can also get some information about Kirby. Inhale foes and spit to KO them, or swallow to copy their abilities and adventure with the helper. You can use this screen to learn about the abilities, and I'll be doing that for every ability the first time I get it. That way you all can learn about the ability and see the moves. I'm going to be as thorough as I possibly can because, like I said, I love Kirby and he deserves that much. So, about Kirby, it's everything we learned from the beginner show. Jump, inhale, make a helper, drop copy ability. You can also press the select button, like it says there at the bottom, to drop the copy ability, get rid of it. Dash, slide, guard, everything we learned in the beginner show except select, which is used to drop the copy ability, which is to just get rid of your ability. Speaking of abilities, let's look at our first one, which is the one from the beginner show. Now you see where it said Kirby on the right, it now says beam. Flail this beam like a whip. It has many useful attacks. Try to store up a super shot. Beam is a very easy move to use. It's not super damaging, but it has good reach because of the beam itself, and it's a great move for beginners. If you press B, you'll use the basic beam whip. Dash and B to cycle beam. Dash and B in the air to beam blast. Press B while you're in any direction while you're near a foe to have the capture beam, and then you'll shoot them away. You can consider it like a grab. If you hold B down until Kirby glows and release it, you'll do the powerful wave beam. So I'll show all those off. There's the basic beam whip. There's the cycle beam, which is a really good move. You stop yourself, plus it does quite a bit of damage. If you dash in the air, like so, that's a very good move to use as well. Let's get a photo grab. There's the capture beam, and the powerful wave beam, like that. There you go. There's your beam moves. Again, speaking of moves, let's get a new one. Cutter. Throw a boomerang all over. Slash, jab, strike. You can even cut ropes. Keep that last sentence in mind for later, for future episodes. With the B button, you'll use the cutter boomerang, which is just a standard attack. You'll throw the boomerang. Dash and B to use the cutter dash. I can't remember all the move names most of the time, but I'll show them all off and say the buttons I'm using. Hold B while in the air to use sweep cutter. Down and B in the air, you do a cutter drop, which is a quick downward slash. B while you're near a foe, you'll use cleaving cutter, which is just a strike. And if you continue pressing B, you'll use non-stop cutter and final cutter. It's a 3-hit combo. Let's show that one off first. There's the first hit. 1, 2, like that. And then if you do the full combo, it'll look like this. Like that. And the last hit is pretty powerful. There's the down B downward slash. There's the cutter. Throw in the boomerang. If you do the dash B move, I think I got them all. Touch a warp star, it'll take you to another part of the stage. Like so. Make sure I got them all for you. Hold B1 in the air. Yeah, you see how he comes down after he throws the boomerang? That's the hold B in the air. Time for our first mini-boss. With the move, mini-bosses are pretty easy. Ow. If you don't have a move, the way you usually beat mini-bosses is you throw their attacks back at them. Like so. Poppy Brothers Jr. here, the boss's name, will throw bombs. Inhale them, spit them back at him. Pretty simple. And, speaking of bomb, we'll take his bomb ability. Grab a bomb and hold the button to set the throw angle. Toss it and it'll go kaboom! B button to ready a bomb, and then once you've readied it, press the B button again to throw it. You can set the throwing angle by holding B. If you dash while you have a bomb, you'll throw it just straight ahead of you. Press B while you're near a foe and you'll drop a bomb on their head, making the enemy freak out. And if you press down and B, you can set a bomb. Think of it as like a close range trap because the fuse isn't long. See, watch. See? Ah. Yeah, I can throw bombs too. See? There was the dropping a bomb on the enemy's head. See the little reticle? With that, that's setting the throw angle. So let's hold it. See? Now, I'll be honest, I'm not too great at bomb. By the way, pick up food to restore Kirby's health. Because Kirby likes to eat. See if I can get just the right angle to get him. There we go. I'm not too great with bomb. It is a powerful move just in and of itself, but setting the whole throw angle and everything, I'm just not too great at it. A lot of people do like bomb a lot though. And it's a pretty powerful move. The great thing about Kirby Superstar and Kirby Super Star Ultra, there are a ton of moves. In this first game, Spring Breeze, we won't see too many of them. But as we progress and do different games, we'll see more and more. By the way, you can't move when you use the charged beam attack. You can move which way you're facing, but Kirby can't move. Time for our first boss, who is the first boss in most Kirby games, Wispy Woods. With the move, he's pretty darn simple. Without a move, he's pretty simple. Suck in apples, spit them back at him. Aw, sorry Wispy, but you were holding this power star for DDD. Can't let you do that. We gotta get the food back. Yay! And with that, the first stage is complete. Touch the star, you get a cool Kirby dance. Silly Kirby. Take it off the hook first. But you complete a stage, Kirby does a cool, fun little dance, and we'll move on. Here is one of my favorite abilities. The fighter ability. Hi-ya! Hold the B button longer for a stronger blow. That punch is an insta-KO to everything but bosses and mini-bosses. Set blow strength by holding B. I'll go over the short moves, then the long moves. By tapping B, you'll do Vulcan Jab, dash B to leg sweep, and B in the air to down kick. Now, if you hold the B button, you'll do Smash Punch, dash hold B, spin kick, and hold B in the air to double kick. If you press up and hold B, you'll do the powerful Rising Break move. It's a powerful uppercut. Press B near a foe while you're near them, and you'll do a grab. Press B to do an arm throw, or down and back B to do a judo throw. There's Vulcan Jab. Now, this move actually looks different in Kirby Superstar. It looks... I don't know which one looks better. They both look really cool, but this one does look different. There's the leg sweep. And down kick. Now there's Smash Punch, Spin Kick, and Double Kick, which looks just like Smash Punch except in the air. Let's see. What were the other moves? Rising Break, of course. A very powerful uppercut. You can also use this to stay in the air, as you can see. You can combo some bosses like this. I missed that. Down there in the water, where we were, I believe there's a 1-up. I can't quite remember. I think there is. There's the judo throw. Or, sorry, just the arm throw. Or no, maybe it's here. Yeah, it's here. 1-up. Just quickly go over there and grab it. Hey, don't freeze, Kirby. And of course, he has a move. He has the ice move. Freeze foes with icy breath. Kick ice cubes into others. When you dash, you skate. So instead of dashing and running, he'll just skate around. Pretty cool. He may move a little faster with skate, but for all intents and purposes, it acts like a dash. Press B to ice breath. You can hold that down, by the way. Be in the air to ice sprinkle. Dash and be in the air to super ice sprinkle. You'll rotate faster, I believe, is how it works. Dash and hold B to ice storm. Press B near any foe to ice suction. Again, it's a grab move. Then press B to eject them. Also, when you freeze foes, if you run into the ice block, you'll kick them. You'll kick the ice block. Invincibility candy! Let's grab invincibility. Yay! Invincibility candy has nothing special on the start button. That guy has ice, by the way. Invincibility candy does exactly what it says. It makes Kirby invincible. Fun fact, in other Kirby games it's called Hyper. If you press it while you have invincibility candy, as you can see, it doesn't show anything. Even though I pressed it right at the beginning, it wouldn't show anything. But like I said, in other Kirby games it's called Hyper. But here it's called invincibility candy. Just so you know, I may end up calling it both. I'll show off the ice moves some other time. Ice is a really good ability just to use in general, so I'll end up picking it up and showing off the move some other time. But here we have Crash, which you don't find as often, so I'll show it off. KO all foes with a big boom! Be careful, this ultimate weapon only has one charge. Press B to use Crash Fireball. Single use only. You only get to use it once and then Kirby goes back to normal. However, it's very powerful. It'll take care of these two guys easy. Another fun fact, I don't remember those stars being there in Kirby Super Star. That may be an additional looking effect for Ultra. I'll try to point out some differences between the games, just so you know. Here's the second boss, Lo and La. Lo is the blue one, La is the red one. Ow. Shouldn't have tried to jump there. They're pretty simple, actually. You suck in the block, spit it back out at them. And don't stand too near the sides. Didn't quite get you with that. Best way to do, stand behind them like that, and spit it at them. That way you don't take any damage. There you go. And that's them two. Yay! Stage 3, Bubbly Clouds. Oh, you gotta be more careful, Kirby. Now, here's another one of my favorite moves, the Sword ability. You wield the King of Blades. At full health, you'll shoot sword beams. Think like Link. Show your sword mastery. Also, his hat kind of looks like Link's. Chop, with just the B button. Be at full health and you'll throw out a sword beam. It's just like a single looking blade. B after chop, you'll do an uppercut. And then if you continue the combo, you'll do multi-sword attack. So BBB. It'll be chop, uppercut, multi-sword attack. Dash with B to do a stab. Dash with B while in the air to do the sword spin, which is a very handy move. Just B in the air, you'll chop and thrust. Down B to do a downward thrust while in the air, like so. There's the downward thrust. There's the chop and thrust, because you keep the sword out. The sword spin, as you can see. It's handy because you can keep moving and hit enemies. At full health, there's the sword beam. There's chop, which you also still get. Uppercut. And there's the multi-sword attack. Has some really good range. Sword is a very versatile move. One other thing, I haven't gone over the water controls yet. Yes, you can press start while in the water to go over the water controls. There are 3 moves you can use while underwater. All the other ones you can't. With the sword you can still slash and do the spin, I believe. There's 2 other moves and we haven't found them yet. This guy also has a move. Mirror. I like to say this is an advanced move to me. This mirror has odd powers. Deflect projectiles or project doubles of yourself. Just pressing B will be mirror cut, which you just saw. It's just that simple slash with the wand. Hold B to do reflect force. Dash B to do mirror body. Mirror body's the tricky one. Press L and R to reflect guard. This is a different guard than normal. I believe you can reflect projectiles with it. I'm a little rusty on that, to be honest. Sorry. And those are the only moves for mirror. What makes mirror weird is this mirror body. It's also very powerful. But if you do it while in the air or at an angle, you'll reflect in the angle. So let's jump like so. But it takes some use to getting it to go just the way you want. However, if you can keep yourself out of harm's reach and still do some good damage. Reflect Force is very powerful. If you want to use Mirror, this is the move I suggest using. And there's Reflect Guard, which looks different than the guard you saw in the beginner show. Has that rainbowy guard to it. Let's not fall down into the pit, Kirby. However, it can be hard to hit enemies in the air, because it takes a while to start up Reflect Force. That's why you have to use Mirror Body for that. Takes some getting used to, but Mirror can be a really good ability. All the abilities can be really good with some practice. That's just me. I think you can use all abilities very well. Everybody has favorites and abilities they say aren't so good. You know, like me, I'm not a big fan of Mirror, but I'll acknowledge that you can make it work really well. This is the Mic ability. It's a very powerful ability like Crash. You won't see it too often. Ow, ow, ow! Ah, yeah! Yabba jabba, yeah, yeah, yeah! Sing 3 times to silence all. Press B the first time for a megaphone, then a desk mic, then a stand mic. Noise defeats foes, you get 3 uses. And only 3 uses. Now, mic will not destroy blocks, so what you'll want to do if you want to keep mic, just break the blocks. Don't get caught by the sunflower. With this move, when Kirby exhales, that little puff, that air puff, does do damage. So you can use it to hit enemies. Now it doesn't do a lot of damage, but down here you'll find an M tomato to heal yourself. Those are maximum tomatoes. They will fully restore Kirby's HP. Keep an eye out for those. Now, you can make this next boss really easy by just keeping mic. You may take a little damage on the way, but that makes Kracko, a Kirby staple of bosses, pretty easy. And there's the 3 Mike abilities. Pretty crazy, I know. He puts on the different hats and different hairstyles and stuff, but it's a neat ability. As you can see, 3 blasts wiped out Kracko. Also, each use is stronger than the last. So actually, if you use the first Mike ability somewhere out in the stage and keep 2 and 3, those the second and third use alone will kill Kracko. Fun fact. Yay! Thought I'd delay it there so you could hear the whole song. I don't know why I like saying yay at that. It's just something I do and something I grew up doing. Come on, you know you want to say it too. He does the little dance and then holds up his hand. Yay! There are a couple of new abilities here. And I killed one of them. Great. Hold on. Come here. This is the Parasol ability. This is the second ability you can use underwater. Guard against falling objects, because you hold the parasol above your head. Twirl to attack or just drift, or do a parasol throw. Press B to swing the parasol. This move I used to consider really weak in the old Kirby games. However, it seems like with every Kirby game it gets stronger, and it's really good in this game. Hold B to do a parasol shield. You'll just hold the parasol out and twirl it. Dash and B to use the parasol drill. It's a dashing attack with the drill. Down and B to dive with the parasol. And if you do the any direction plus B near a foe, circus throw. Again, it's a grab and throw. If you don't press anything while you're falling, you'll drift. This is useful to fall down slower. Now you're thinking you can fly, what's the point of that? Sometimes there's some really narrow passages, and if you just press up once, you may end up hitting some spikes if you float up just once. Parasol, you can just slowly drift down. You'll see that later. While dropping, to stall the parasol, if you press down, that way you'll close the parasol and then you can fall down. And here's the 2 moves you can use while underwater. Press B while underwater to parasol drill, and down and B to parasol dive. The same as those 2 moves. The parasol drill and parasol, dive. There we go. There's the standard parasol attack. Holding it out. Let's grab this guy. As you can see, the bomb hit the parasol. Now, this does not stop beam as a demonstration. Come on, Waddle Doo. Fine. It won't stop the beam. One more move, and this ends the move explanations for Spring Breeze. Stone. A lot of people don't like Stone, from other LPs I've watched of Kirby games. Pound Pound Crush. Change into mini heavy forms. When on a slope, you'll slide. I like that there's like a little bird on top of the Kirby statue. Press B to stone change. You'll just change it to a stone. Press B while in the air to stone smash. That'll be your main way of attacking with stone. Dash and B to turbo stone. You'll turn into a stone while dashing, so you'll slide a little bit. The last note is the important one. While you're in the stone form, you are invincible. Observe. If he would throw correctly. Fine, don't throw correctly. Waddle Doo, will you please? No. Hit me with the... Well, actually there. Kirby should take damage from being hit by an enemy. However, he doesn't, because he's in the stone form. Also, the cool thing about stone form, when you switch, you'll get there's a number of different things Kirby will turn into. We saw a star block, there's the Kirby statue, there's the 8-ton weight. I believe they all do the same amount of damage, but I'm not 100% sure because it would be cool if they didn't, if different forms did different amounts of damage. Now, there are, if you keep switching stone over and over again, there's actually some rare statues that you might get. And hopefully I'll show those off sometime. However, we're going to fight DDD himself. With the move, this is a pretty straightforward battle. Ah! Just smash him with your ability. Ah, there's one. This one's a little more rare. You get the Muscle Man Flex statue. Now, in Kirby's Dream Land, which I said that this game, you could say is a remake of, Kirby couldn't get abilities. He didn't have the copy ability that we all know him to have now. So, what you had to do to beat DDD, all the bosses and everything are the same, by the way, is you had to get the stars that he makes. So watch, he'll smash with the hammer. There he's gonna suck up. He'll make a star, spit it back at him. Bye, DDD. That's what you get for stealing everybody's food. Yay! Ah! Big Kirby! And with those, you can say 4 power stars, they made Kirby into a really big blimp. So he can take the food. And this is how Kirby's Dream Land ended as well. Kirby's Dream Land was in black and white, so you didn't have all the color, but this is basically how it ended. Kirby would transform into the blimp. There are a few things different between Kirby's Dream Land and Spring Breeze, both in Superstar and Superstar Ultra, but pretty much it's the same, except for 1 or 2 mini bosses here and there. And Kirby makes it, and the stars will hold up the castle. That way all the food falls down for everybody to eat. Yeah! Good job, Kirby! Bye! This is why I like Kirby. You just can't like that. To be continued. Because that's just the first game. Everybody, you can now play Dynablade, Gourmet Race, and the Great Cave Offensive. Good job, Kirby. You got the food back. Now, in Kirby Superstar, instead of the whole to be continued thing, just so you know, Kirby held up a sign that said next. Just another thing that was changed that maybe you want to know about. I don't know. I like little things like that. But over on the left, you can see where it says Spring Breeze. It now has a star to say that that game's been beaten. Next up in difficulty rating is Gourmet Race. King Dedede challenged Kirby to see who's the hungriest gourmet. Who will reach the goal first? Speed up to eat, eat to win. You can eat and run for the goal versus a friend as well, so you can race each other, which is fun. However, we're going to do that next time. And I'll probably also start Dynablade. Gourmet Race is really short and sweet. Dynablade is slightly longer, and it's a 3-star difficulty. But this has been, I know, a really long episode, but I hope you enjoyed, brought a smile to your face. That's the point of this LP, just for us to have a lot of fun. Because that's what Kirby's all about to me. Just having a lot of fun. And we'll stop the bad guys too. So, for Kirby, I'm Cendril. Hope you enjoyed, had a lot of fun, and I really hope you enjoyed this new, happy, fun project. So, until next time, where we'll tackle Gourmet Race and some of Dyna Blade, I'm Cendril. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.